Hi guys. Now that we spoke about, we are speaking about designing the course. So now we will talk about syllabus components. What should be the components of your syllabus? So what is a syllabus? First of all, it is provided to the students at the beginning of the study process. Okay, and this is a detailed outline of everything that they are going to learn. All right. So as we have already discussed in our previous videos, the syllabus will vary from students to students, as in not particular syllabus to every student, but then after analyzing every student, after analyzing the need of learning, of teaching them business English, and how would you exactly want to approach that particular outcome, okay, you are going to design the syllabus. So syllabus is provided to the students at the beginning of the study process. Further, we will discuss about how components will work. So you can mention practical activities in that. That is role play, simulation. So you need to particularly write what kind of role play are we going to do basis on their need of business, so that they're not only doing the role play, but these role plays are also helping them in the real-time business. Okay, and discussions, what can be the topic of discussions amongst them or with you, that is going to improvise their communication skills. So please mention a practice activity. Experienced instructor, our instructors have years of experience in international business communication and will provide guidance and feedback throughout the course. Okay, so feedback should be a very important portion, that for every chapter there is a particular feedback, and then your learning needs to be interactive. So these are going to be the components of your syllabus. Activities should be mentioned, timely feedback should be mentioned, and whatever learning is there, it should not be theoretical, it should be in interactive learning. Okay, learn the specific language and grammar structure if required at all. If you really think that grammar is a very vast topic, so you can't include everything related to grammar. So you need to again analyze the need of teaching them grammar, that what exactly are they missing on? Is there a problem with preposition, article is something that they're not using correctly? This will all come in need analysis. Okay, so you will have to, in very precise manner, you will have to use grammar as well. A lot of time people have got problems in using homophones. Okay, common errors that a lot of people make in grammar, even we make it at time. Okay, and specialized vocabulary. So there can be certain vocabulary which are specialized, okay, for their business need. So you can mention all of those vocabulary as well, depending on the business, and then give them hands-on experience. Hands-on experience simply means interactive teaching. So whatever vocabulary you're teaching them, probably give them to create certain sentences with that one phrase, with that one word that they are learning, or you're giving them in relation to specific vocabulary related to their business. Learn the conversation and the best practices of writing clear, concise, and effective business letters. Now, your syllabus will not be limited to only conversation. It will be about writing also, because business includes everything. So common phrases and expressions, how they can write effective emails, so you need to create a particular format of writing an effective email, so that whenever they are sending any email in relation to any topic, they can rely on that particular format. And similarly, there can be a format for creating business reports as well, presentations as well. What are the email etiquettes? You can let them know. How should they exactly start a report? How should they exactly end a report? Common phrases and expressions that are so common that it can be used in every email. Like in email, subject line is really important, then salutation is really important. Then how they can start writing an email. Hope you're doing well. This one phrase is there that they can use instead of just directly writing the body of the email, that this email is in regards to this. They can always use this. I hope that you're doing well. Okay, this particular line can be added in any email. So you need to let them know certain phrases and expressions. You need to mention those phrases and expressions which are common, which can be used anywhere, everywhere in your syllabus. Make it a part of your syllabus. Then develop the skills necessary to deliver engaging and persuasive presentations. Okay, so here we're speaking about emails, and now it is about presentation, because presenting something, presentation is also very important part of any business. So plan your presentation. How would you plan it? How would you introduce? First of all, you will introduce yourself whenever you are giving a presentation. So how do you exactly introduce yourself when you're starting your presentation? That phrase can be particularly given to them. Okay, then what would you do? You would definitely, what you do in most of the cases, you introduce yourself and then you start with talking about the main points. So today's presentation is on this topic, and we are going to be talking and discussing these main pointers. Okay, then how would you exactly handle questions and feedbacks? Because when somebody is giving presentations, questions and feedbacks are very obvious, and how exactly they can practice being confident in that particular presentation. Okay, so you can give them certain mirror exercise to boost their confidence, or probably presenting them in front of the camera. All of them have got phone. That can be one of the exercises mentioned, and then they can see themselves. Okay, that how am I actually looking? How am I actually presenting? Okay, and then visual aids templates. So you can create certain templates, like the way templates can be created for emails as well, so that in every presentation they can use those templates and it will make their life easy. Okay, and then it is about cross-cultural communication. So if there are people from different cultures, so they need to be aware about cross-cultural awareness. So you need to make it a part of your syllabus only if you've got people from every culture. And because it's business English, then definitely it will be there, because most of the time it is about dealing with clients outside. Okay, those who are not natives, those who are native English speakers, or probably from any other culture, depends on the business. So you need to specifically, let's suppose if the business for which you're working, that is in US, or that is a UK based company, then probably you need to at least make them aware about what is UK culture. So you need to add this to your syllabus. Or if it is Canadian process, or if the business that they are doing is mostly in, in whatever country, from whatever country they are driving most of the traffic or the business or clients, okay, you need to at least make them aware about the culture of that particular place. Okay, and then to adapt that also doesn't mean that you need to make them like dress up like them, talk like them. No, adaptability simply means understand them. Okay, so that when they're saying something, when they're presenting themselves in a certain way, they're using certain phrases, you're able to use them, you're able to understand them, so you're not feeling like, oh, I don't even understand what are they talking about. Okay, so one such mistake long back one of my colleagues has made when it comes to Good Friday. And because we are in habit of just not understanding the culture clearly, okay, so we thought everything that is good, but Good Friday is actually not a good occasion. Okay, so we've been taught, it's like long back, we've been taught to wish them on Christmas or New Year or Thanksgiving Day. That's a good occasion. Okay, or even 4th July for that matter. It was a US business, so for 4th July, because it's an Independence Day for them. Okay, so one of my colleague was there and he thought that probably Good Friday is also to be wished, but Good Friday is actually not a good day to wish. So there are leaves, I mean, obviously it's a holiday, but Good Friday is not something to wish. So you've got no clue that how problematic it can be if you're not understanding, that you just know Good Friday and you're just assuming that Good Friday is good because it is Good Friday. Okay, although you need to actually know the culture, that what exactly is Good Friday, what exactly is Halloween. Like if somebody is not aware about Halloween, and if you're just looking at the pictures, you'll be scared. If somebody, you'll be like, oh, this seems to be something weird, why is everybody dressing up like that? Although Halloween is nowadays getting famous in every part of the world, but then still you need to at least know why Halloween is celebrated, what is Easter, or any other certain occasions, okay, which are majorly celebrated or not so celebrated, but they are major, and holidays are there and people don't work on those days. Otherwise it can be really crucial. Okay, so building trust, or develop strategies for building trust and rapport with international business partners. So certain phrases can be given to them, that in case you need to build your trust, in case you need to build rapport with your international business partners, how exactly you should talk. They don't like being very personal with them. They really love if you know your product really well. If you're not just, if in case it is about selling something, or it is about getting business from them, that you need to know how to pitch for your product in the right manner. Don't be pushy towards just buy it, or just sign this deal, or just this deal should be cracked. So you need to figure out certain phrases to build repo, okay, and then make them practice. So this should be a part of your syllabus. Then clear standards. So assessments, when you will create, that is obviously a part of syllabus. Okay, then assessments, when you will create, you need to know that yes, your students should completely be aware that there are certain standards. It's not that just studying and later on there will not be any assessment. So basis on what you are going to assess them, it should be clarified. Then individualized feedback not collective but to everybody. And whatever they are learning, what is the real world application of that? Okay, how exactly they are going to imply all of this in the real time scenario. So all of this should be a component of your syllabus, keeping in mind you're going to create your syllabus. And next we are going to learn how to exactly design it.